Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're going to unravel a piece of grammar that is honestly way more fascinating than it ever gets credit for. We are demystifying the present continuous tense. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, yeah, I know this. It just describes what is happening right now. But trust me on this, it is so much more than that. This tense is actually a bit of a time traveler. And by the end of this explainer, you're going to see exactly how it works way beyond just the present moment.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at actions happening right now. Second, planning for the future. Third, long actions and imperatives. And fourth, we're going to test your continuous knowledge. Let's get started.
All right, jumping right into Section 1, actions happening right now. At its core, the present continuous tense is used to describe an action or an event happening now, like exactly at the time of speaking. We often pair this tense up with specific time adverbs that act as little signposts. Look out for words like now, still, at present, at this time, and at this moment. So if someone says it is raining now, or the baby is crying at present, it's literally locking the action directly into this exact second. Let's ground this with a quick story from our source material. Picture a lazy Sunday afternoon. Our narrator, Bob, says, "I am standing in front of my father who is reading the newspaper." Notice how the phrases am standing and is reading instantly freeze frame the moment. You can perfectly visualize exactly what Bob and his dad are doing right at this very second. And this scene just keeps building. In Bob's house, Mom is listening to her favorite songs on the radio. His two sisters, Rose and Sally, are playing with their dolls. The cat is running after birds, and his cousin Mike is cleaning the windows. Just by slapping that ing onto the verbs, Bob is painting the super vivid, live-action picture of all these diverse activities happening in his house right as he speaks to us.
But hey, here is a major plot twist. Section 2, planning for the future.
Okay, what's really wild is that the present continuous is heavily used to describe future planned actions. But there is a catch. It's a very important condition, actually. The future time of the action absolutely must be mentioned. If you just mention a future time, this so-called present tense suddenly becomes a really handy tool for plotting the future. Think about a timeline for a second to really see how this works. If I say, she is going to her uncle, that is happening today, right now. But what if we say, they are going to Kathmandu tomorrow? We kept the exact same verb structure, are going, but simply by adding the word tomorrow, we plotted a point directly into the future. Same deal with, we are going on a picnic on Sunday. The structure remains completely present, but the timeline just jumped ahead. Here are a couple more great examples from our source. I am leaving for Chitwan tomorrow, and we are having a meeting tomorrow. So the crucial takeaway here is that mentioning words like tomorrow or next week completely shifts the action away from right now. It's a beautiful way to handle your upcoming itinerary. Moving right along to Section 3, long actions and imperatives. So this tense is also used for long present actions. This means the action is ongoing over a span of time in the present. For instance, the students are writing notes now, or she is playing the guitar now. It's not just a quick split-second movement, right? It's a continuous, sustained effort happening as a background to the present moment. Now for Rule 4, and this one is fun. The present continuous is powerfully used right after imperatives that draw attention. Imperatives are those urgent command words, like look, listen, don't, hurry up. These words act like giant exclamation points that basically force the present continuous tense into immediate sudden action. When you hear these rapid-fire commands, they demand you pay attention to your immediate environment. Like, hurry up, the train is whistling. Or, listen, I am going to teach new lesson. And my personal favorite for creating instant panic, look, something is burning in the kitchen. The imperative grabs you, and the continuous tense immediately explains exactly why you need to pay attention right now. And this works beautifully with negative imperatives too. Don't disturb me, I am studying here. The command don't pairs up perfectly with the continuous, ongoing action of studying. Or think about an immediate warning. Don't cross the road, the bus is coming. The continuous action of that bus approaching completely justifies the sudden urgent command to stop. All right, time to flip the script and get you actively involved. Section 4, test your continuous knowledge. Here's your first challenge. Listen to this clue at the beginning. Be quiet. The baby, blank. Based on what we just learned about imperatives,
What is the correct continuous form to fill in that blank? I'll give you a second to think about it. Did you get it? The answer is, be quiet. The baby is sleeping. That sharp imperative, be quiet, acts as a trigger. It lets us know that the action of sleeping is happening right this very second and needs our absolute immediate respect. Now let's see how this builds when we compare it to a habit. The habitual action is, I usually don't wear a scarf. That's just a general fact. But then we add a specific time marker. But today, I am wearing one because it's unusually cold. The word today takes us completely out of habit and right into a temporary, continuous state. Let's try another one. This is testing your knowledge on future planned actions. We're asking about a bus schedule here. What time, blank, the first bus, blank, for Kathmandu? Think about how we naturally ask about scheduled plans in English. Yep, the answer is what time is the first bus leaving for Kathmandu? Even though that bus hasn't left yet, it is a planned, scheduled future event, which is just beautifully and naturally expressed using that present continuous structure. Okay, one final challenge from our source material. This one deals with an immediate future plan. Imagine you want to invite a friend out to watch a game. You ask, what blank you blank tonight? And the answer is, what are you doing tonight? Notice how perfectly natural that sounds? You're mentioning the future time, tonight, which locks in rule number 2, allowing you to use are you doing to casually ask about their upcoming plans. So that brings me to my final question for you. How are you using the present continuous tense today or tomorrow? We've seen it freeze frame the present moment, we've seen it react to urgent, sudden commands, and we have literally seen it time travel to plan the future. I really hope this explainer has completely transformed how you view this incredibly versatile tense. Keep an eye out for it in your daily conversations, and you're going to realize it is everywhere, doing a ton of heavy lifting. Thanks so much for learning with me today.